And welcome again, dear friends, to the Tuesday edition of Fresh Bread. Well, here it is. It's December 7th, 2021. That's Pearl Harbor Day. It's the day that will live in infamy, and it is exactly 80 years ago today that Pearl Harbor occurred, that attack on the base in Hawaii, and it's the day that this country will never forget. And we remember those soldiers. There aren't very many of them left now who were over there, but I remember doing stories with folks who were keenly aware of what happened that day. Matter of fact, I even talked to a gentleman, I don't know, a couple years ago or so, 3 or 4 years ago, and he was from North Topeka and was telling me about where he was when Pearl Harbor happened. It was one of those things everybody remembers, where were you when such and such happened? Well, they were at the movie theater over in North Topeka, and I guess they just shut the movie down altogether, and President Roosevelt came on and made an announcement. I'm not sure if it was shown on the screen. I don't know if they had the technology to do that. Probably not at that time, but regardless, a lot of memories at this time. So we remember those who lost their lives in service of this country, and then all the subsequent lives that were lost as World War II really escalated after that. So a lot of things. It's amazing. 80 years has gone by now. I remember when it was, just not maybe 30, 40, and, even then it seemed like a long time ago. Now 80 years ago, it almost seems like it's in the distant history. I pray that we don't forget these monumental events in our nation's history, that we somehow just move them off to the side and don't pay much attention to them. I think it's important that we remember these things just because it gives us a sense of who has gone before us and the sacrifices that were made on our behalf. So it's a time of the year where we do some reflection, isn't it? Here as we are in the Advent season. Now we're getting ready for the third Sunday of Advent. Can it be next Sunday, December 19th? Hard to believe, but in fact it will be the third Sunday of Advent. I want to remind you also and invite you to our Advent Vespers service. That'll be at 5:30 p.m. for a light dinner that some of the ladies at the church have been preparing. It's so nice of them to do that. Nothing fancy. Just come in and enjoy a little fellowship. We'll have some Christmas music, kind of like what you're hearing here playing in the background. And we can just visit a little bit. And then we go into our service. There's going to be a lot of good Christmas music. So if you like Christmas music, you need to come to these services. They only last about 45 minutes or so. And I think you'll enjoy them. We're going to do a theme each week based on the theme that we did when we lit the candle. So it's pretty easy. So I believe they're hope, love, joy, peace. These are great themes to think of as we're in Advent. And so I just invite you to join us for those. We'll have a very laid back, relaxed evening, and it's just good to be with friends as we, again, take that time out to slow down. We were talking yesterday about just slowing down a little bit during this time of year. It's such a rush, and there's a word that just came to my mind, just like a crunch. It's like a crunch of activities, So I pray that you'll be able to do that this week even. Well, we were talking just a minute ago about the beautiful Christmas music. This song that you're hearing right now is just a gorgeous song. It's called In the Bleak Midwinter. A lot of these songs we don't know. They're not the most familiar songs, but we read the lyrics and just the beautiful, almost melancholy mood that some of these songs evoke. And it really brings us into the realm of our days are shorter, especially here in the northern hemisphere where we're celebrating Christmas, obviously, in Kansas. And, if you're like me, you've just noticed how quickly the days get dark. I mean, not just how early, but how quickly, because it can go from sunlight at 4 o'clock to darkness at 5, and almost from like 4:45 to 5. It's just almost instantaneous. In the summer, the sun gradually goes down, and it takes a long time to get dark, but man, it gets dark quick in the winter. And I think that's, again, just another chance for us to slow down, get our errands done, get in the house, and just sort of quiet down so we can think about the things of the Lord. And I invite you to do that by reading the Gospel of Luke as you go through Advent. We were talking a week, or I should say a couple of years ago, I believe we were all challenging each other, I believe, in the churches to read a chapter of Luke every day in Advent. Well, we can still do that and finish up just in time for Christmas. And if it's a little bit late, and let's say, well, it's the 7th of December, you can catch up, and I would invite you to read 2 or 3 chapters of Luke. Is such a great gospel to read. I mean, they're all great, but I really like Luke, and there's a grand total of 24 chapters in Luke. And so just time it out so you can get done. Be a blessing to you. So again, thank you for joining me today. Looking forward to spending a little more time with you on Wednesday for more fresh bread. Until then, may God richly bless you is my prayer. Have a great day.